Giants fans, Giants fam, it's your boy Giants Broly back again with another video. I just wanted to put my thoughts out before the draft in a couple hours and, speak on how I feel or what I think should happen and what I think is going to happen. I feel like it could go either way as far as whether the Giants take Shedeur Sanders or Abdul Carter. Now, the popular belief is that they're going to take Abdul Carter and try to trade back into the first round and get Jackson Dart. Here's my opinion on that situation. I don't necessarily think it's far-fetched, but the only thing about it is I don't want them to fall into recency bias. I don't want them to say, oh, the last time we took an Ole Miss quarterback, it worked out well for us. This is a different situation. This is a different player. This is a different everything. And I don't want them to fall in love with somebody who may not be the answer just because of it worked out last time. And I don't want them to pass on Shedeur Sanders for Jackson Dart and Shedeur Sanders go on to have a Hall of Fame career and Jackson Dart is out of the league in 6 years, which I think is a very, very real possibility in my opinion. Now, I would be more comfortable with them taking Abdul Carter at 3 and then trading back into the first round to get Shedeur Sanders. I'm okay with that because for a multitude of reasons. Because one, you get the 5th-year option on the first rounder, and it's not like this situation hasn't occurred before with the Giants. Do y'all remember who was the starting quarterback the year they drafted Eli? It was Kurt Warner. It was a Super Bowl winning quarterback, veteran on his, on his last few legs, before he hung it up, and he was giving us a victory tour basically. So everybody's saying, "Oh, the Giants signed Russell Wilson. They're not taking a quarterback at 3. They drafted they signed Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. They give them the breathing room so they don't have to draft a quarterback at 3. They can, go with." Yeah, that might all well be true, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. And it's not something that the Giants haven't done before. So I would be perfectly okay with that. Or you can just take Shedeur Sanders at 3. And you kill all this nonsense about whether he's the answer or whether he's mature or not, whether he's a. They always tell us you go get your guy when you want to get your guy. So stand on business, and if you think Shedeur Sanders is the answer for your franchise, it don't have to be this year. Like you said, you signed Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston, so you don't have to start Shedeur. But that doesn't mean you don't have to draft him. Because what's your plan if you miss out on, if you take Abdul Carter and you're not able to get back into the first round to take Dart or Shedeur Sanders? They're both gone by the time you get to pick, or you don't get a pick, period. What's your plan? Is it Jalen Milroe in the second round? A guy with more rushing touchdowns and passing touchdowns? And if that's your plan, then you definitely didn't see him. You didn't foresee him starting this year because he's not ready. And you have Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston because you know that whoever you take is probably not going to be ready. So all things being equal, if you're willing to draft a guy and have him sit behind Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston for a year and let him develop, all things being equal, why not take the better prospect? Why not take Shedeur Sanders instead of passing on Shedeur and waiting for Jalen Milroe? That makes no sense. If you're going to get back into the first round, your plans is definitely not Milroe. What I'm hearing is they're trying to get back into the first round in front of Pittsburgh. If that's your plan, then Jalen Milroe is not what you have your sights set on. It can't be. It can't be. It has to be either Jackson Dart or Shedeur Sanders. It has to be one of those two. And if that's your plan, if it's Shedeur Sanders, Jackson Dart, or bust, then I feel like Shedeur is the better player. There's a lot of things going around, and the popular belief is that if the Giants trade back into the first round to take a quarterback, it's going to be Jackson Dart. Now, I'll be the first to say I don't watch a ton of Ole Miss football in recent years. Like I was a big Evan Ingram guy, and you see how that worked out. But I don't really follow Ole Miss, currently. I watch a lot of Colorado. I watch, of course, a lot of Michigan, Miami, those teams. But so I've seen more of Shedeur's games than I have of Jackson Dart, but I still feel like the eye test doesn't lie. Shedeur is a better quarterback to me than Jackson Dart. So if the Giants take the edge rusher at 3, Abdul Carter, and then try to trade back into the first round to get a quarterback, I would prefer it be Shedeur Sanders. That's just my take on the matter. Holla at me. Let me know what's good. Thank you for watching. It's your boy Giants Broly signing out.